This American politician used his cabinet position to create collectible rarities for his friends and family. This led to a national scandal prompted by members of the collecting community, and it was all over these little bits of paper right here. James Farley was the campaign manager for Franklin Roosevelt during his gubernatorial campaigns in New York, as well as his successful presidential campaigns in 1932 and 1936. He was appointed Postmaster General in 1933, and in the 7 years that he served in that position, he also held the offices of the chair of the Democratic National Committee and the chair of the New York Democratic Party. He is arguably one of the most powerful Postmaster Generals of all time. In 1934, Farley began pulling sheets of stamps during the middle of the production process, signing them and handing them out as political favors to friends and family members. Because Farley was pulling them before production was complete, it was creating rarities in stamps that would be very valuable to future collectors. For example, the Farley's Follies stamps do not have perforations as this stamp right here. These perforations are designed to allow stamps to separate and pull them apart. They also were ungummed. If you take a look at the back of these two stamps, this is the Farley's Follies stamp that doesn't have gum, and this is a standard issue perforated stamp that did have gum applied. When news emerged that Farley was doing this, it caused immediate outcry among the stamp collecting community, and they immediately lodged protests in Washington. As a result of this, Farley decided to have the 20 sheets that he had done this with completely reprinted so that the stamps that he pulled would also be available to collectors. Now, the difference between these stamps was easy enough to tell when you have examples like this one, where obviously one is perforated and one is not. But these collector sheets had already been issued imperforate, which meant that in order to collect these as a Farley's Folly, because gum can be soaked off of it, it's necessary to collect these as a cross-gutter pair. Because the only way to get these cross-gutter pairs was to cut them out of the enormous sheets, either vertically or horizontally, as they were issued after the Farley's Follies reprints. And the original sheets that Farley pulled and signed and gave out to family members were donated upon his death to the National Postal Museum where they reside today.